car, yeah, I'm talking about home run. Now I got these bitches, they gon' go. She said that she love me long time. It's money, bitch. I am addicted to hustling, bitch. Remember them days I was struggling, bitch. That's but with that never having it, bitch. Yeah, I really having this shit. Money, shoppers and shit. I keep me a baddest of it in the bitch. Keep some on my hip, it's something to steal, nigga. I got walk hard all of my keys. Walk. I'm one hustling that young nigga. I got racks up all of my dealers. Yeah. I'm one money getting that little nigga. You know that I keep me a pussy. Yeah, I stay down there, my money got bigger. Now they calling me Mr. Glove. Mr. Shit on all his op. Yeah, bitch, I'm Mr. Flex a lot. Yeah, Mr. Stack it till it rock. Yeah, Mr. Don't care what it costs. Yeah, Mr. Let that chopper top. Yeah, Mr. Spin this shit and get this shit right back, cause it ain't nothing. Mr. Shit on all his op. Yeah, bitch, I'm Mr. Flex a lot. Yeah, Mr. Stack it till it rock. Yeah, Mr. Don't care what it costs. Yeah, Mr. Let that chopper top. Yeah, Mr. Spin this shit and get this shit right back, cause it ain't nothing.
I just love the truth. Think the ring is crazy. Niggas act crazy. Niggas try to play me and they end up Patrick Swayze. Damn a nigga wavy. Damn, I got a white bitch look like Marshall Brady. In the crib, hope getting sold. Fucking record deal in the streets, I'm going gold. Stacking up my chicken. Louis on the linen. Gucci on the denim. Cartier in my vision. Plan projects. Cash me out in Hollis. Catch me in Atlanta, nigga, might be up in Onyx. Might be with your bitch. 7 on my wrist, 9 between the hips. Counting major chips. Now everything old. I ain't used to stunting. Now I put on the show. Niggas frontin' on me. Used to be my homie. Sipping yellow twist. Now I'm moving slowly. Hands in my lean. Leaning like a fool. Leaning with the tool. Never lose my cool. 72 colors. Sitting on the buckets, MCM luggage, rolling up in public, sipping on codeine. RP MC, please free match B, up at SUC, only up at 3, pull it up in the 20, got so much lean.
Shout out my gang, shout out my labor. Bitch, I do my thing, why y'all just hate it? I'm ballin' like a Laker, I'm cooking on my trader. I'm sipping, smoking flavors, going up like elevators. Escalators, killers in the escalator. They'll play the gang and pager, yeah, they come through and erase you. Love on reaching spoke, but somehow, bitch, I still look Texan. Yeah, across the face, bitch told me they look great. Niggas switch the flow, just like a record deal, I'm addicted to dope. It's a cold word, keep a book in my coat. Free ass nigga trying to get some more, smoking up, this ain't dope. Get up on this side like you ain't go. If you don't agree, this just ain't cold. This shit fire, you already know.
All right, guys, what is going on? What is good? Welcome to the live stream. All right, we brought the clock back. Can you guys see that? It might be a little pixelated. It might be a little blurry. I tried to fix it. It should look okay, but if it's blurry and if it doesn't look good, let me know. But I told you I'd bring it back, and I did. But if it's not clean, I'll need to fix it. Know what I'm saying? Yeah, know what I'm saying? Member only chat today. We've had the chat open actually for a little while. But member only kind of day in the chat. So there is that. Anyway, what's good? Harmon, Jonas, Scott, Willow, MJ, 2020, Roger, Torty, Convicted Capitalist, Pop, Big James, Daniel, Morales, Eric. What up, man? What up? What's good, Max? What is good? What is good? What'd you guys learn this week, man? I know a lot of you killed it yesterday. I haven't been all that active in Discord today. I don't know really what's going on over there today. Slept in, had to go on a quick lunch run before the stream, so I have not been looking at the Discord today. I don't know what's happening, but I know yesterday was Thursday, and I know a lot of you killed it, which is becoming a regular thing. I agree, Willow. This week has been fire. I didn't take a single losing trade this week or last week. I don't know about the week before that. It's too far from my memory. I have to double check my journal, but I haven't taken a loss this week or last week at a minimum, which is pretty great. That's pretty cool. You know, it's always nice. Not to flex or anything, but I haven't taken that many trades. I've taken, I think, 2 this week and 2 last week. If that's correct. So yeah. I'm like 4 for 4 like a Wendy's meal. So that's what it is. What's good, Akinola, Neb? Working on the mitigation all day. Ooh, well you would like NQ today. If you like the mitigation, you would love NQ today. You would absolutely love lunch today if the mitigation is your thing. Excuse me. Let me know what you guys learned this week. Roger said, learn the difference between an imbalance and a gap. Oh yeah, they are very different. And that guy never responded to me either from that tweet. So hopefully he saw it though, but it's okay. I know people get embarrassed when I correct them. That's why a lot of the Twitter gurus have blocked me, because I correct all of them. You got 50K, 75K, even 100K followers, but yet you're wrong. Like, but whatever. I have that habit, you know. But if some shit is wrong, man, it's wrong. If it's wrong, then it's wrong, chat. That's it. Pop said context. A lot of context concepts clicked for me and still catching / learning more. Daniel says, been working on patience. I don't need to trade every day. It's okay to just see what happened, or to see what happens, rather. That would work too. Was good, Felix. Convicted said, so many such cases on social media. It's a cesspool of stupidity. I agree. Which brings me to a really good point. You guys should, I mean, you don't have to, but I did create a Substack, by the way. I did create a Substack. Let me see if I can get that link real quick. It is posted in the Discord, but I do want to post it here on YouTube as well. So I do have some like announcements, but I don't want to give you guys too much ahead of time. So for now, just understand that I'm not leaving YouTube, okay? That's never a thing. But I'm going to add more content, you know, to the internet, basically. And so a portion of that is going to be written content. Okay. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. A portion of that is going to be written content. So I've tried to get you guys to become readers. Hopefully you are. If you're not, you are fucking up tremendously. And so I know I've put out a few articles over the years on Medium. I never really cared for Medium all that much. Never really went viral over there either. So I will eventually be adding to Substack in a form of written content. So it is currently free. It will be free for a while. Some of it will remain free. So just like with the YouTube, everything is not going to be behind a paywall. So hopefully you guys can appreciate that. So subscribe to the Substack. I would really appreciate it. And I know you will too in due time. Excuse me. Convicted capitalists, or no, sorry, I read that already. Harmon said, identify the trend and trade to the opposing liquidity. I don't use the word trend, but I do like trade to the opposing liquidity part. I like the second half of that. Jonas said, the difference between Jonas, we got to make sure that we type out correctly before we start spamming the chat here. Low resistant and equal lows, I guess. You know, you've learned the difference between equal lows and low resistant lows, I'm assuming is what you're saying. Convicted Capitalist is the first subscriber. Oh, nice. Nice. I guess you get a gold star for that. Didn't plan on giving out gold stars today, but I guess you get one since you're the first one. But anyway, we're here on Nasdaq already, so we might as well just stay here for a minute. And that's why I said if you like the mitigation, then NQ was the play for those lows down here, which I did not trade today. I did not plan on trading today. I didn't want to trade today. You know what I mean? So, yep, the market left, let's say, Thursday's PM, or you have a PM session high here, and then you have like a final hour high here, which still is included in the PM session. But that's basically 250, right? So I would also say that is the MOC high, right? The market on close high. So what happens today? We open up here. So we do open in a premium, right? When the market opens higher, right? That's in a premium relative to the open, right? Or excuse me, the open relative to the previous day close, right? So we opened higher. We opened in a premium. So we do kind of meander around 9 o'clock. I don't know if 9 o'clock had news or not. It looks like it. That looks like a news candle on a 1 minute time frame. I could be wrong. I don't know. I didn't look at it. I didn't look at Forex Factory today. I don't know. But it trades lower, leaves behind beautiful lows, and then rallies, and it cannot do what? Price cannot get past the mitigation on this 5 minute time frame. Regular trading hours. It does tap into the halfway point, and then, well, that is all she wrote. So look at that. It just sinks, right? Just Titanic straight down. You gotta love that. You got to love that, chat. Do you not love it? Do you not love price action, chat? Do you not love this shit? It's okay. It's okay to not love trading. You'll get there. You'll fucking get there. one day at a time. But anyway, mitigation, we trade lower. There's actually a small imbalance up here too. I think the market does overshoot that a little bit, but nonetheless, it's there. You have one here at the low end of the mitigation, and then it was see you later down for the lows. So that to me was pretty clean, right? It's not exactly a excuse me, it's like it's not a sell model in the traditional sense, meaning like if this high, like let's say we left those lows down here and then this high ended up being clearing that to go lower, that would have been a lot nicer in my opinion. But it does display weakness here. So it's a little bit of an AMD. I think one of you might have said that in the Discord earlier. Consolidation, right? So accumulation, manipulation, distribution lower. I could see that, but that's really about all that I would pay attention to today for the Nasdaq. So not bad. I would also note this too. That 9 o'clock candle on ES is here. Right there. See that? Oh, shit. Forgot we changed that yesterday. We need to fix that. There we go. That 9 o'clock candle, we're still in regular trading hours, by the way. We've swapped over to ES. Look at that. See that? And yeah, Roger, I mean, look, technical analysis is very subjective. There's thousands of ways to look at the market. There's trend lines, there's the shit that we do, you know, there's indicators, there's all this stuff. When it comes to market maker models, when it comes to like AMD, I'm not going to fault somebody for marking, you know, certain things unless it's just really, really wrong. Like if you mark a mitigation as an imbalance, like, all right, bro, we got to fix that. But I'm saying if you think, oh, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, there was an AMD, like I'm not going to fault you for that. You could say, oh, well, original consolidation, manipulation, you know, trading lower, oh, that's a market maker sell model. I wouldn't fault you for that, right? You're not going to get, nobody's going to come and say, hey, you're going to get a grade or you're going to make more money based on, you know, certain concepts labeled correctly. None of that matters. And that's why I always say names don't matter, context does. You could call the up candle before the big move, you could call that a fucking goober candle. You could short the goober candle to go lower. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what matters is the P&L. If you're profitable, that's what matters, right? There was that guy, I really haven't looked too much into it. I just kind of caught wind of it on social media last year, I think it was. There was a chicken who passed a funded challenge, right? Some dude would flip a coin or the chicken might pick which bowl out to eat of or some shit, and then he would long or short based on what the chicken wanted past a combine. You know what I mean? So if you're failing combines, it means you can't trade better than a chicken, right? Which is fucked, honestly. Like that's crazy to think about. But that's the power of risk management, right? It doesn't matter. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution, or original consolidation, market maker sell model. Either one, who cares? Okay. And then what I do like about ES though, I don't like the low here. What is this? This looks like, it's like a big diamond right here. What the fuck is that? We do have that low, and then those lows to me are a little bit cleaner there. And that's what we do extend for. That I think is fairly nice. Very similar mitigation play there. That I think isn't bad at all. That's not bad at all. Right? So that's what that looks like. And it's kind of a really large intermediate term high as well. But sticking to regular trading hours, yep. Those highs cleared. Then we got a soup, right? Because we got a higher high above some highs. Immediately lower. There's your mitigation. I want to say that might even trade into the close of yesterday, right? Oh, they say there's no perfection in trading, right? What's the close on that? 6340.5. What's the high on this? 6340.5, right? So no such thing as perfection. No such thing. No such thing. Right? It doesn't exist. Okay. Down to those lows and a new low of day. So that's not bad. It ain't sexy. It ain't the cleanest thing in the world, but it looked okay. So how many models have we seen this week? Meaning how many market maker models have we seen this week and last week? At this point, a lot of you, especially those of you that are gold snipers, let me ask you this. Do you guys have FOMO anymore? Like, do you fear missing out, bro? Honestly, yes or no? Now that you've been here at least a year, some of you 2-3 years, right? If you were with me since the I Am Academy days, right? Rest in peace, channel 96. You know what I mean? Then you guys probably have such a higher level understanding that you're not worried about it. Because you see the setups every single week. They're there. May not be every day. May not be every hour. You know what I mean? But at a minimum, 1 to 2 times per week, you just get a fundamentally high probability bread and butter trade. Bread and butter, baby. That simply just means that it occurs all the time. It occurs all the time. You know what I mean? Like your neighbor who has a 9 to 5, they get home between 5:30 and 5:45 every single day. Right? It's bread and butter. You know your neighbor's pulling up. You know what I'm saying? It's that repetitive. See? Mason, Willow, Roger, Harmon, Convicted Cap, they all said no. Right. So, anyway, let me ask you guys this, because I know we only started with like 20. Now we've got almost 50. So for those of you that are members here, because the chat is member only today, what did you guys learn this week? Did you learn something on your own? Did you learn something from somebody else? Did you learn something from a book? Did you learn something from this channel? Right? What did you learn this week? What was it? Me, I learned what a thesis statement was. It's like 1, sometimes 2 sentences that states your main point. I was searching on YouTube, you know, for being a better writer, basically, and I saw a video on thesis. I'm like, okay, I'll click that, find out. Now I know what a thesis statement is. You know? So what is 1 to 2 things you've learned, chat? Let me know. Wouldn't it be weird? Excuse me. Wouldn't it be weird if you guys are students, but you don't learn anything? That's weird, isn't it? Like a trader who doesn't trade, a student who doesn't learn. What the fuck is that? Harmon said luck and risk are siblings. I've never heard that before. Eberness said, what's it? Chat, are we on drugs today? Like, what's going on? What's going on, man? We got some text to speech going on. We got some incomplete questions in the chat. What the fuck, man? What is happening? Don't do drugs, chat. Just say no, baby. Y'all remember Dare? Y'all remember that lion or whatever? Just say no. Don't do it. Daniel said above gaps can be considered a premium, below gaps can be considered a discount. Very nice in the way that I look at it. Oh, Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Yeah, a decent book. It's an easy read, but I won't be reading that one again. I do have his new one. Something about nothing ever changes. I don't know. It's in my bookshelf collecting dust somewhere. I'll get around to it eventually. It's okay to be wrong and to lose, says Scott. I used to not think that way. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I don't have anything against weed, but, you know, anything more than that, and you're wilding, in my opinion. Learn the difference from ticks and points on futures and the values. Very nice. Ooh, it's already a good one. It's possible to long with equal lows, and it's also possible to short with equal highs. That is a good one. So I'm glad you guys pay attention. Okay, let me test your ability, or let's see if you actually paid attention. What are the 5 keys to elite level performance? Before you go and look it up. You guys got like 30 seconds. We did that video. Well, it was a live stream, right? And I gave you guys like 5 ideas. I gave you the 5 keys to elite performance. What were they? What were the 5? I've got my note cards here. Need to watch a few videos this week. I missed a few. Yep, fired. Fired. Harmon said discipline. All right, that's one of them. That is one of them. I don't think commitment was one of them, but that is close. Understanding more of what you said the other day about how smart money makes traders think it's going one way and then rips them a new one. Yeah, my verbiage, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Understanding finding the liquidity and trading in that way. Very nice. All right, well, you guys are fired. Number 1 is a willingness to learn. Number 2 is following the rules. Number 3 is experience. Number 4 is focus. And number 5 is confidence. Tell people how to win. They don't fucking remember. Gosh. Well, one day, you know what I mean? Anyway, I really don't have much for you, to be honest. This week presented so many opportunities. It's been phenomenal. Wednesday, we talked about ES. And remember in here at the end of the live stream, I framed 6302 that we would likely trade up there, right? And then we went right there, like within an hour, we went straight up there. You remember that? You probably didn't follow up on that, did you? No, John, I didn't. Why not? Why not? Nah, Pop, you're fired too. You ain't ready for shit. You won't be ready for shit, Pop. You'll be ready if you subscribe to Substack, though. All we did was consolidate right here at this reaccumulation. Realistically, though, we actually stayed within that higher one. Interesting, right? Look at all the bodies in there. And then we rallied for that level. Do you remember why we said that? You guys remember why we said that? Because we can't frame anything short. Why would we short above those equal highs when you have equities open high up here? Right? What would be bearish about that? Nothing. It's fast to go higher and it's slow to go lower. It really doesn't even go lower. It retraces like 3 points. Oh, that may not, like 7 or 8 points, you know, to rally like 15. You know what I mean? That's how you know how to hold winners. Not just market maker buy models or sell models, but you can partial at highs for sure. But what reason do you have to expect that the market would go lower? We don't have one. If it has no reason to be short, if we have no reason to go lower, then we're going to go for the next pool of liquidity, which is right there. You see how easy that is? You see how easy that was? This same idea repeats on every time frame, right? Because everything is fractal. Let's say, well, let's go back to regular because it will make more sense with that. Let's say this right here, for example, 10 o'clock, okay? 10 o'clock, we post a low and then trade higher. Why would that be the low of day? Why would it? That, to me, for those of you that don't know, because again, I know we get new members here all the time, that right there is an engineered low. That is what I refer to as an engineered low. What is that, John? Now I've got notes ready. No, you don't. A engineered low, okay, is a low that the market makes or creates that is just shy of a pool of liquidity. Now, why do you think that occurs? Okay. And just for drawing purposes, I feel like drawing, you know what I mean? I'm feeling artistic today, right? Feeling artistic. We have a high way back here, okay? And then the market does all this shit. If it stops just shy and then trades lower, okay? It's building liquidity in the short term. And that move lower, let's say this was like a couple of days or so, or it could be a couple hours too, but usually the longer the better, okay? It's building up multiple pools of liquidity. You're going to have your day traders, your small time frame traders, and then you're going to have your higher time frame traders, 15-minute, 1 hour, maybe even the daily. So then once both of those are primed, maybe you get, maybe you get a run below some lows, and then now it's like, okay, we're going to run for that one and that higher one. But it's the same for the lows too. All you have to do is invert it. Okay? Same shit. You have a low, you have a slightly higher low, and then you get, it doesn't always have to do this specifically, but if it does that, it's all the more better to say, okay, we've knocked out anyone who is short. We just got longs in, and now we're ready. You know, smart money is ready to drag that bitch lower and run those lows. Okay? It's real simple, real easy. I don't talk about it all the time, but I know I've said it a few times this year, and I know quite a few times last year. Right? Think about it. Previous day's highs taken, and then we get the 9 o'clock to go even higher. Then we slam lower, market rallies. So a lot of people that are trying to catch the low of the day are trying to buy this, right? Or just after it. Oh, you have that down candle there. Let's long that. Yeah, you're fucked. Okay? Or maybe like that imbalance here. Yeah, it was very short-lived. Very short-lived. Why? Because the market is building liquidity on a small time frame. And you have what? Yesterday's, this actually lunch. You have yesterday's lunch's low. So now you have that pool and yesterday's pool that the market's going to attack. So anytime you see a high just below a previous, you don't have that here, but like that high, and then maybe you get a high just shy of it and then lower, it's building up multiple pools of liquidity. And that to me is what that is, the engineered low. There's a video on that too on this channel. I released it a few weeks ago. It's called How to Identify an Engineered Low. And it's the same thing. Okay? Short-term pool, long-term pool, done. Find the liquidity, trade in that direction. That's what makes trading easy. Dow is shit. Okay, this is but we did have a long series of lower highs, which I did like for a reversal to go higher. But now we have equal lows at our low of day. So this is horrendous. I wouldn't trade this at all. This looks like this is just not good. It's just not good. I will say our lows are different though. NQ has a higher low here, either at 12 or 1205, and ES at 12 has a slightly lower low here. See that? So indices may have made a low of day, but it's Friday. I didn't take a loss last week or this week. I'm not trading this shit. I'm not trading this at all. Dino said, when you would know... Oh, Jesus. It looked bullish prior. What would show you that maybe there's a selling opportunity? You've mentioned it's not showing anything for downside potential. When would your mind change? Never mind, you just said it. Oh, okay, yeah. So let me put it to you this way, because I thought about this the other day. The majority of the time that is spent, okay? Let's just imagine for a second, Monday through Friday, okay? We already talked about how Saturdays you should reflect on the previous week. That's why I made that worksheet, kind of, right, to fill out last week's performance. Sunday is good for projecting the week, maybe like the weekly candle, higher time frame analysis, but also the calendar, right? The law of the calendar, check for level 3 news and all that kind of shit. Great. Monday through Friday, okay, majority of the time is going to be waiting. This is just me. I can't speak for everybody else, but just me. I'm waiting and I'm stalking price. I'm going, okay, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? So when I finally see, okay, we've got equal lows and we trade higher, it's like, okay, they're coming for that. They're coming for that. It's only a matter of time. Is it going to be today? Is it going to be tomorrow? Whatever. There are some things I don't know. Right? Then we can see previous price action and go, okay, well, we gapped higher, then we shit to bed and left lows. Okay, what are we trading into? Oh, a mitigation. I may just want to short the mitigation by itself. I could do that. Or I could say, all right, well, if I'm going to trade NQ and that stop is a little bit too big and that's too much money, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get 50%, I don't know. I'll just have to wait and see if we get something on a smaller time frame. And that's why I do this for you. That's why I show you the smaller time frame. So you can go, okay, we're at the mitigation, but I don't know how we're going to respond. I don't know. Are we, could I be wrong? And could we just blast through the mitigation and go for some highs? It's possible. It's absolutely possible. Now, it shouldn't do that because, as I showed you already, ES's 9 a.m. candle was higher here. So NQ is displaying weakness in the morning. So if we have weakness here, and then we also have equal lows, oh man, that's a recipe for fucking easy money. That's a recipe for easy money. Okay? The same way if you have strength and equal highs, that's a recipe for the fucking easiest money. Right? As Mark Douglas said, trading is the hardest easy money you'll ever make. It's the hardest way to make easy money. There's a lot of truth to that. We can say, okay, we could short the mitigation or we could wait. Right? Remember, because I know some of you probably forgot this, check your notes. Concepts created off of other concepts are high probability. How many times have we said that in the past? We can say, okay, we're at the mitigation, but let's see how we respond. Okay, we responded with that down candle there, that up candle here, and then by the time the 1105 candle opens, it's trading up and into this imbalance. That is a short. We have evidence already of weakness. We have evidence here that the mitigation on the 5-minute is being respected. We have evidence saying, hey, we've got some equal lows down here. And then if there's anything, let's say on the previous day, maybe there's another set of lows or something. I don't think we really have that, but that would add to it. Or maybe there's an imbalance on a higher time frame. Let's see. Let's see if we do have one. Because I could be wrong. Well, you have one here that it did trade into, but it left a portion open, so it could probably come for that. 1 hour regular trading hours does look a little janky. You have an imbalance down here, which could still be you could still have a bias of being bearish because you had the lows, and then if we extend below that, it could go for the imbalance, but it doesn't need to, right? But the point is, we have a lot of evidence pointing lower. Are we going to go higher? Why would we? Why would we? All the evidence is pointing to lower pricing. So by the time this happens, 1105, now we have a beautiful setup. Have you ever sat and thought about why I give you this? Why is he saying what day of the week it is? Why is he saying what time it is? Why is he saying this concept and that concept? You ever fucking thought about that? You think I just yap or what? No, I give you the details. You got to think like a philosopher. You got to investigate price like a philosopher. Think about it. 1105. What's important about that? Well, it is a macro. But also think about this. If equities is 830 for me, okay, think about this. Equities open is at 830, right? 1105, okay? Ignore all the numbers except for that middle one of time. 2 hours, 35 minutes. 2 hours and 35 minutes after the open. What's important about that? Absolutely nothing. There is no 2 hours and 35 minutes doesn't mean anything to me. Except, hear me out here, except for the fact that you would have had to wait 2 hours and 35 minutes for that particular trade. So if you're in front of the charts and it's only been the first 30 minutes, you may not have a setup yet. It could be an hour into it. You may not have a setup yet. The equal lows form, and then the market trades higher for another 45 minutes, right? And then it went for the lows, sure. But all of that in here is time. Time that I'm waiting. Sitting on my hands, as they say. Not doing shit. I'm waiting and I'm waiting and I'm waiting. Okay, now we have the sniper entry. Probabilities are absolutely stacked, right? Now we can get in. Equal lows hit. Get the fuck out. Done. Done and dusted. Like yesterday. What was yesterday? Thursday? We did something in the morning. I went over this in the market view last night. But I wanted to talk about it briefly here because I don't know, I like doing shit. You know what I mean? Here's a prime example. Okay? I won't go over everything that I put out in the market review, but I know I want to give you guys some juice. Something like this, okay? There wasn't a lot of patience required because the setup had happened so early in the morning. So sometimes you get really good trades in the morning, or sometimes you miss them and you got to wait. Like, bro, it is what it is. You need to study the time element, though, is what I'm trying to tell you. Study the time element, okay? Look at this. 5-minute time frame of NQ. We have, that's not London's high, but it's like close to it, okay? You have this high here, all these highs here, right? Lower highs. Boom. We cleared that in pre-market. Then we trade lower, right? What is it trading towards? This lower movement, right? It's printing imbalances. Hell, it printed a fucking gap on the way lower, right? On the way to what? Boom. On the way to lows. You see that? Low resistant lows. We took that high. This is a that is a sell model. That is a market maker sell model. Accumulation, right? This candle 730, that might have been news. First leg retracement, second leg higher for manipulation. Low risk short, first leg lower, or here, sorry, and then this at 830 equities, we trade up right into that gap, then slam for the lows. That was my trade yesterday. I'm in at that gap, wicked in, wicked out. You understand? Well, I had 2 contracts. I did wick 1, and then the other contract I put in profit, and then I got stopped out in profit on the way up, which is fine. Not a big deal. But wicked in, wicked out, right? Because why? For the same reasons I just told you. The probabilities are so stacked, it's worth getting in at that gap. Even though, oh, that might be right around 50% of the range. It might be. But probabilities say that it's damn near going there. And again, it's all about waiting. Okay? It's all about, I didn't even look at the 1 minute, to be fair, yesterday in this. I didn't. I looked at it for like a second. I was like, this is garbage. I went right back to the 5. And I just based it off of that. Okay? And that's what it was about. Equal lows were set, or sorry, low resistant lows were set at 723. Okay? Then we ran the high in 39 minutes later. Then, I don't know which one had, I don't know why that prints that, but anyway, equities is right there at 8:30. That's an hour and 7 minutes. Okay? From the time that the low was set and the opportunity to short was. An hour and 7 minutes is a long time for impatient traders. You get me? So you could have waited hours to trade and be in a trade for like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. Look at that. That up candle was at 8:30. I'm literally in right there, right at the gap. Almost no, I think it was like 1 tick or 2 ticks of drawdown. I never even saw red. It happened so fast, I never saw red. It was just straight ding, green, green, out. And then out on the way up on the second contract. Not a problem. But it took an hour to trade for 4 minutes. You get me? So the majority of my time is spent, I'm waiting, I'm stalking, right? Lions and gazelles, baby, we got to bring that back. Right? The gazelles are all up at the water hole right now. They're thirsty. Okay. The lions coming through, coming through. Liquidity spotted. Right? All right, now we're going to creep up. We're going to creep up. We're going to sneak out of the forest. 8:30. All right, full sprint towards the gazelles. Bell rings, ding, ding, ding. All right, I'm fucking running, right? Like a lion. I'm chasing the gazelles. Boom, I'm in. Boom, I'm out. Dinner time. So all the other gazelles scatter around, but I got mine. And the other contract, I guess I bit the ass of another one. It kind of injured him on the way out. You know, it wasn't a full dinner, but it was a little something. You know? That's the point. Waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and wait. Okay, strike. It's that simple. It really is that simple. Just like today. Let's go back to regular. 8:30. Waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Equal lows. Okay. Waiting and waiting and waiting. Okay, let's see how we react. Waiting and waiting. Okay, there's our 1 minute imbalance. All right, strike. In, out, done. Good trades. Okay. Really, really good trades go into your favor with speed, and it's almost scary. It almost makes you, like if you're in a short and you're not in drawdown very much, and then it goes your way, never comes back to your entry, and then in 2 minutes it rips in your direction. I promise you, the first time you do that, you're going to lose your shit. You're going to call your mom and be like, yo, mom, I got the keys. I got the keys. Give me a few months and you ain't never working again. You know what I mean? The second and third time you do that, it feels strange. It feels weird. You're like, bro, I shouldn't know this. You're like, I should know this. I just made a lot of money really quickly. And it's scary because most people don't know how to make a lot of money quickly. And yeah, it's different. It is different. But I don't try to talk about a lot of these things because that's not what it's about, right? Like, oh, getting to that particular point. To get to that point, though, there's so many steps in between. You have to know how to find high probability opportunities. You have to know to wait, you know, for your evidence. Can you short on the way up? You absolutely can. But it's okay to wait for 1 or 2 more concepts to print and then getting in slightly later for a more high probability trading opportunity. Remember, it's not about the social media entry. It's about getting in sync with a buy program or getting in sync with a sell program. Okay? You do that and you will fucking smack the fuck out of any combine. You will smack any funded challenge. You trade a real account and that bitch is growing. You understand? But there's a lot of things you got to know. There's a lot of things you got to know. You got to know time, you got to know price, you got to know context. Okay? Which is why I try to give you pretty much all of that. We should go here because we're not going to go there or whatever, like we did on Wednesday. Well, price has no reason to be bearish. We still have liquidity up here, so we should continue. What do? We continued, right? That's not hard. That's not hard. It's only hard if you don't know it or if you don't trust it. And that's why you need experience. We talked about that already. I have 11 years of experience. Can you fucking tell? All right, now I'm just being egotistical. I know. These lows, market may want to come for that. NQ, if the week, yeah, this looks pretty weak, honestly. We got above these highs here and just went right back into the range. Again, same idea. If traders are trying to catch a low, even though the market's heavy today, it's Friday. I mean, it just seems like it wants to run down here. But like I already said, I have no interest in trading this today at all. I have no interest in trading the PM session. I don't like this. Okay. I could maybe see a reversal for these highs. Like maybe come down here, take those lows, and then run that bitch up here in the final hour, maybe. I could see that, but that's pure speculation. I do not trust anything here. However, back in lunch in that's beautiful. That's clean. And this is why you need to have your journal and why you need to print off your charts. You do and none of you probably do this, but you do realize when you save charts and you print them out, you have all this room up here. You have all this room up here. You have all this room down here and maybe a little bit of room down here. All of that you can write. You can take a fucking pen, write on it. Well, ES at 9 o'clock was slightly higher. NQ was a lower high, so that's weakness. And then, you know, maybe you could do like a 1. You could do like 1 up here, like 1. Oh, okay, we saw weakness. Okay, quick speed writing. We saw weakness there compared to ES. Okay, we came down and made equalos, which is liquidity. Okay, then we came up. Maybe that's number 2. All right. Then number 3, we traded into the mitigation. And then we saw an imbalance created off of that at the low end of the mitigation. 50% was respected. Not 50R as in RR. 50% respected. Right? And then that imbalance got in sync to run for the liquidity. Not necessarily a market maker sell model. Maybe in the short term, I could see that. But like one of you said earlier, you could go, okay, well, AMD, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, right? So you'll see this stuff happen all the time. Then you learn to trust it. Once you learn to trust it, then you can trade it. And that's a good thing too, Max. I mean, it's Friday. If the market was up all week, then chances are Friday is going to be a reversal day, or at least maybe present some sort of shorting opportunities given Thursday's PM session low, right? Why would Thursday's PM session low be important? For anyone who's trailing stops going into Friday's open. If the market's been up all week and then Friday opens higher, people who are dragging their stop or doing it automatically, where is it going? Probably to Thursday's low right here. Market is going to attack that. And yeah, it is a good confirmation. I agree. That's why I've taught that for years. It's just simple. These little simple nuances. If you're going to short, wait for an up move. Wait for liquidity. You know, if it's been up all week, Friday might be a reversal lower, or if it's down all week, Friday might be a reversal higher. You know what I mean? And when you start putting those pieces together, right? Think about it. If it's been up all week and Friday might be a reversal day, we're going to need a high probability target. And it hands it to you on a silver platter. Okay, yeah, we'll be bearish. We'll set up lows first. Set up the lows, run it higher, get everybody thinking, oh, that's a demand zone. Okay, bet. Put your fucking stop loss there then. Go for it. Me and Smart Money, we're coming for that. And that is why the market does stuff like this. Big emphasis on this. Why do you think it screams and goes lower like that? It's quick, it's fast, it's dirty, it's smart money. It's algorithmic. Okay? That wasn't during a macro per se, right? We didn't have, it was 11:26 and this was like 11:30. Neither one of those were a macro. But that's fine. Need not be a macro. You hit equal lows, I'm out. I'm out. I don't give a fuck what time it is. Just like yesterday. You gonna meet the lows? Cool. I'm gonna take my money. That's it. The exit doesn't have to be in a macro. You guys get me? So anyway, that's all I got for you today. Look at that. We just went right back into the range. So you got the keys to elite level performance. You got some keys on what an engineered low is and an engineered high. You got some more keys on time, price, and context, we really talked today about patience, right? More than 90% of my time, I'm not trading or in a trade, or at least day trades, right? Like funded accounts and like the futures account, I'm hardly ever in a trade. The good trades, you will not be in for very long. It's the bad trades that people fuck up on. Holding losers. No, we don't want to do that. Okay? We talked a little bit about AMD, accumulation, manipulation, distribution. We talked about market maker buy models and sell models. And yeah. Actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, now that I didn't even see this earlier. That's another mitigation right there. That's a mitigation off a mitigation. There's your fractalization. What was that 5-minute one, like right here? Mitigation, and then that high, low, higher, high. Same shit here. A small mitigation off a higher mitigation. That's disgusting. That is that's incredible, dude. That's I don't know how I didn't catch that earlier. We were in front of this chart for like a while. I didn't even see that. Look at that. Look at those bodies all right there. The wicks are stabbing into it, but the bodies are not going into the mitigation and staying there. And then they rip ass. That's just, well, I don't know why I give you all this for free. You know what I mean? I don't know why I do it, chat. I don't know. But y'all be good. Y'all be blessed. We'll be here same time, same place on Monday, the 21st. All right, have a good weekend. Don't do anything stupid. Don't drink and drive. Don't do drugs, chat. Weed is cool, but don't do any of that weird shit. Okay? So, see you guys on Monday.
Let's have sex in the car. The Maybach came with a bar. I'm wiping my dick with a bra.